my Dell XPS, I did a little upgrade to it. So let's just see what that Premiere timeline looks like. Okay, is there like an ultra wide workspace? Does Premiere have that yet? Let's set up the ideal setup here, right? Okay. For you normals out there who maybe have a job, you're probably getting feedback from a boss person. So let's go to like, oh, frame.io. People use that for giving feedback on videos. All right, maybe I'm on video blocks. Maybe I need some assets, you know? Just shout out to all of the sponsors. Oh, well, frame.io isn't sponsoring me yet. Girl at computer. Why would we need B-roll of that when it's like, the great thing about Windows is window management is very easy to handle. So say I want the Premiere timeline over here. I just press Windows, right key, and then I choose what I want over here. So I want my feedback, right? This is feedback from the client, from my editor, whatever it is. I'm gonna move that. Wow, Premiere looks great, but I don't think I even need Premiere this big. So my initial thought was, oh, I can just hit Windows over again. No, that just moves things again, and Windows really only wants a maximum of 4 windows and it being 2 by 2. So I can come here and hit the Windows key and the down arrow, put something up here. I can go over here, hit Windows key down arrow again, and then put something else up here. But this is as far as you can go with Windows 10 snapping, which is kind of disappointing. So if I want 3 windows side by side, I'm gonna have to manually do that. Windows 10, we need an update, please. So Windows does help you out. You see how it's keeping the window there, and it automatically snapped to the top and bottom. So it's still gonna be cleaner than if you hooked it up to a Mac, to be honest. And then we're gonna look for my frame.io. We're gonna put it over here. So there we go. Takes a few extra seconds, but having that window snapping would be much easier. We are going to build the ideal ultra-wide Premiere workspace. Okay, so this would be the ultimate Premiere setup. Look how beautiful. I'm only using, what, 2/3 of the screen. We have this section over here for feedback of the video, you know, Frame.io. Someone left some notes for me to change my edit so I can look at that. Oh, okay, cool. Come over here, see where it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's right here. Okay, zoom in. Let's edit that. Let's change that. Oh, that timeline, Is it not just beautiful? I moved my main window to more of the center so I'm not over here watching the playback. So it makes more sense to have it more in the center. I have my effects controls right here, essential graphics to the right over here, but the main feature is the project window. This is where all your footage is, all of your assets. Look at how beautiful that is. A lot of times people will have an entirely different monitor that's vertical just to have their project window, to have all their footage. See, I color code based on what the frame rates are, and so I can scroll through there, see what I have, preview here. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. I can come over to here. This is what we call icon view. Look how beautiful that is. So you know right off the bat the footage that we're already working with. You can set in and out points from here, preview it in the window. But the most exciting part is with the new Premiere release, they have this new window down here called Freeform View. I'm gonna click that, and this basically makes a new timeline where I can group my clips and essentially make an edit. I can actually extend this window even more to have more room over here. And I can just throw this clip over here. Okay, I'm gonna group that there, and I'm gonna just keep scrolling over. I want that there. And you can just basically make a rough edit in your freeform view. So ideally when I'm grouping these things, you know, maybe I'm setting an in and out point. Okay, in, out point, I can set an in and out point from this view, and then I can just drop it. That's not the full clip, that's just what I selected. Or maybe I already set all of the in and out points for these clips, right? I've grouped them together, and then I say, okay, I want all of that on my timeline now. And look, it just drops all of the clips, a new video that you've edited over here in the project window. Wow. Let's see, I think you can just reset it here too. Boom. So I just said reset to name and you already have it. You can just go again. I love this freeform view. I think it's going to be super helpful for the videos that aren't straightforward. This is becoming a video about Premiere, but this makes me excited. You video editors out there, productivity is the name of your game. If you need a lot of windows open, if you trade stocks, you're a finance bro, you need an ultra wide. I would probably recommend the 34-inch for starters, what I previously had before I smashed the screen on accident. But this 49-inch, I would like to say that it's overkill, but I don't think it's overkill. If you have $1,399 to spend, I would consider this. This desk is 60 inches and the actual platform is 28 inches. If you need to compare what your desk looks like, see if it'll fit. It might look goofy, but hey, you're the one with the ultra wide. If you want a little bit more of a curve, Samsung's curve is tighter. The only thing that stands out with the Dell is the Dell has a built-in KVM where you can control 2 different desktops with 1 keyboard and 1 mouse. So that has a lot of different applications. Maybe you have a Mac and a PC desktop, then you'd be able to control it with the same keyboard and mouse, which is pretty cool. LG has software that you can download to do that, but hey, I would take a hardware solution any day over software. The LG one you can pre-order and apparently it's coming soon, and then Dell ultrawide ships starting April 29th. So a lot of similarities between the LG and Dell. Samsung's the obvious choice for you gamers, and I'm just here to say ultrawides are here to stay. Let's just take a step back here so we can take it all in, right? Okay, well thank you so much for joining me on this video. Let me know what you think about this monitor, maybe ultrawides as a whole. Hit that subscribe button for new videos every single week. And check out my link in the description for Clean My Mac X. Is your Mac slow? Get it running exactly the way it was when you first got it, you know? Okay, thank you for watching. I've been having fun. This is fun. I love unboxing things and new tech. Okay, stay peachy. Okay, bye.
This video was brought to you by... Have you ever played something that, assuming you even bothered finishing, left you with no immediate words, something that left you so bewildered that you couldn't exactly process what it was you just played? After Mortal Kombat Mythologies didn't do as well as Midway probably hoped, attempts at future spin-offs should have been on the back burner for the foreseeable future, and yet, here was Mortal Kombat Special Forces released late into the PlayStation 1's life cycle in 2000. The cover being one of the most uninspired designs I've ever seen for the generation. Even for someone like me who was a big Mortal Kombat fan around this time, I never even considered giving this game a rental. The cover looked that unremarkable to me. But what was this game? What was Mortal Kombat Special Forces? How much intro in all of its low-quality FMV glory promised me something within the realms of classic 70s blaxploitation. Maybe this game would elicit similar vibes to Shaft or Blackula. Maybe Disco Godfather. Probably not that one. It has a rather depressing ending thinking about it.
There's nothing wrong with me! There's nothing wrong with me! Take your hands off of me!
He did all the drugs. The game centers on Special Forces Agent Jax from Mortal Kombat 2, rocking a bandana for some reason, and his metal arms, which makes no sense to me, as Special Forces is supposed to take place before the first game, and Jax wouldn't get his metal arms until Mortal Kombat 3. Did Jax simply paint his arms skin-colored in Mortal Kombat 2, or might I believe the metal arms are merely prosthetics that he can remove whenever he pleases, like in everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat film, Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Already I realized continuity was being ignored, but that was fine. I do enjoy some good and cheesy blaxploitation parody or otherwise. If it were anywhere near as entertaining as something like 1985's The Last Dragon, I'd be content.
Yeah, that's right! Bow! Sucker! Yeah! Bow down to your master! Kiss my converse.
So did Mortal Kombat Special Forces strike a similar chord? You know what I like to do? Fish. I can't get enough of ocean fishing. I believe I already showed you my funnel shark with Romani, but my main character managed to snag this low-res shark during a spectral current. That's when the boat experiences a sweet rave party and lots of fish are out for catching. My apologies, I seem to have distracted myself. Mortal Kombat Special Forces stars U.S. Special Forces agent Jackson Briggs, currently on the hunt for Kano, the leader of the Black Dragon. And no, that's not the game having fun with the genre. It was called the Black Dragon as far back as the first Mortal Kombat. The game kicks off when Kano manages to jailbreak his goons, timeless characters like No Face, or Tazia, or Jarek from Mortal Kombat 4. You remember Jarek? Truly, a star-studded cast, and it's up to Jax to travel across the world and apprehend these crooks, putting a stop to Kano's potential reign of terror. Assisting Jax as mission control is Gemini, who I originally thought was going to be a double agent with a name like that, but it turns out that's just her name. And I assume these two are more than just friends. Maybe Gemini is actually Vera, Jax's future wife that's mentioned in the 3D games. Now you may be thinking, John, you might be putting too much effort into thinking about that, to which I say, I'm hungry. I'm going to show you how to make a dope as fuck grilled cheese sandwich. Potato bread, 2 slices of white American, a slice of sharp cheddar. Lather some pure honey on 1 slice of bread, heat up the pan over medium-high heat, melt some butter on it and add some minced garlic. Stir until everything is nice and coated and try not to burn the butter. Coat both sides of the sandwich with butter to ensure the sandwich is toasted, not burnt. Cook for around 2 minutes each side until golden brown. Enjoy. Now that I've been properly cheesed, I can get back to the game. Thankfully, Special Forces wasn't a continuation of Mortal Kombat Mythology's rigid attempt at a 2D action platformer. Oh yes, in case you're wondering, there's nothing else to the plot. This no story. All that's left is just some quips between Jax and Gemini.
Yes, Jax, I'm here. Any news?
Oh yeah, I just got in a close shave with a twin-bladed honey. Too bad I had to take her out though. That Tazia sure was a looker.
If it weren't for the fact that I know Jax becomes a better person later down the line, I'd be content with calling him a piece of shit in this game. Mortal Kombat Special Forces is a full 3D action game with a camera angle that reminds me of Metal Gear Solid with none of the charm, enjoyment, or personality. Your job is to rummage around every level looking for keys to unlock doors and decimate any goons you come across. Or if you don't feel like trying in a game that is already not asking for much, you can just pick up some weapons lying about and start blasting. You don't have much ammo to go around for that, but fear not, you can easily enable cheats and get all the ammo you could ever want. You might be thinking, is it really necessary to cheat in this game? To which I say,
Testing 1, 2,
no,
3.
but let's get into the combat. Like in Mortal Kombat, Jax has 2 punches and 2 kicks. Pausing the game and checking the menu will show you a rather healthy selection of combos you could potentially do, like the classic gotcha
Testing
grab,
1, 2,
the
3.
super uppercut, and get some Suka. Attempting to do any of these, however, will quickly highlight the game's clunky input delay on combo strings. The fighting game player inside you
Turn off AC.
All right, turning AC off.
might be tempted to.
Oh, that's testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's that. I mean, I'm like, what is that noise? I'm thinking you can hear the fan. It's just it's the sound from the game. I'm like, don't know, I feel stupid. I can't be off. What do you mean I'm offline? Fuck, I'll just do it my way. Hold on. I'll do it the more data consuming way. I'll just I won't even use um Restream. I gotta put my phone in before I do everything else. I love this kind of thing. So this is fun. Just cross. Another boy took across you running around like T-Zo. Oh, that takes too long to get this set up. That's not it? What do you mean that's not it? Oh my god. Now you gotta say the code. Come on. Why would you send it there? That don't make any sense.
I know that I will never leave you, but I don't know that you'll never leave me. And like what I'm getting at is the prenup.
Oh no.
Have you ever heard of it?
Okay, good talk. I guess that's it. Is that a no on the prenup, or where are you going? It seems as though Luke may be finally coming to terms with the fact that he is dating an actual teenager who's probably not going to be with him forever. In fact, I wouldn't count on her being with him for the next 20 minutes at any given moment. Their relationship is completely built around materialism and has nothing to do with love, so of course she's going to be offended when you try to bring up a prenup. From her perspective, that's probably the worst thing he could have said to her. I bet even if he said, "I don't love you anymore," she would just ask, "But you're still gonna pay me, right? I don't really need you for love. I got my boyfriend for that, man. Plus, I'm too busy anyway using your money to pretend to run this sick-ass beauty salon. So yeah, my life is pretty awesome. I don't really need you anymore. I finally got my shit together and I did it all on my own."
I've agreed to come check out this wedding venue, but my financial situation doesn't support me paying for a wedding right now.
That's because he spent everything he had trying to impress her and paying for her to stay in a luxury apartment, and now he doesn't have money for the things he actually needs. But it's okay, remember, he has a backup plan. He's gonna sell sunglasses. Yo, new nursery rhyme just dropped. Luke sells sunglasses down by the seashore, while his girlfriend is banging some dude in the apartment he paid for.
And it's frustrating because Madeline doesn't seem to understand how insecure I feel about the situation. So I had to bring up the prenup to, feel better about everything.
Well, she said F you and ran off, so I hope you feel better there, Luke. If he wants to be in a relationship where his feelings are acknowledged, where somebody is fully supportive of him, then he shouldn't be with somebody so immature and young. That's exactly what you should expect from something like this. This isn't really a relationship or a partnership, it's daycare. I think beyond it just being creepy, it's weird for a 30-year-old to be with a 19-year-old because they're at completely different points in their life, and she acts way younger than 19.
Sorry, Mom. I love you.
Sorry, fixing what, Luke? The real deal is who you think I am.
This is nothing.
If you need, you have a flirtation for me, so this relationship is over.
I love how she says, "Who do you think I am?" Like, someone who would react like this. Typically, the people that get the most offended about the prenup discussion are the ones that are most likely to be using their partner. And they're always like, "How dare you? Do you really think I'm someone that would use you for your money?" Yes, we do.
The day Luke asking me to marry him, I give to him completely my heart.
Okay.
But the last few days, he broken it in 100 pieces.
I can't believe it. Look what you've done, Luke. You should feel ashamed. I think it's at this point that Luke is starting to realize he's in way over his head. But, at least he's got the earrings and his gold watch and stuff. That's cool. This image right here is incredible. It belongs in a museum. He's pleading for his life over here, and she's just in the distance in a mirror with disdain.
Oftentimes I do feel that it is her way or the highway, and there's not as much compromise as I would like to see. And look, I'm a pleaser, and I want her to be happy. But I need to be happy as well.
Then maybe stop dating a teenager, you goofball. He keeps saying he wants to see more compromising, as if there has ever been a compromise. Seriously, the amount of stress that she's going to cause this guy over the next few years, he's gonna look like Big Ed by the end of this. She's probably just gonna drag this guy around, use all his money, and then end up cheating on him and kicking him to the side, and he's gonna be wondering where it all went wrong. So then she storms off and gets in the car, and then calls him from the car crying. I hope this guy is having fun babysitting, because this is ridiculous.
Hello?
Why'd you do this to me?
Oh, jeez.
We've never talked about this before, Madeline. I've been scared to have this conversation with you because of this.
Why'd you do this to me?
Well, I tried to explain it step by step, and then you ran off and called me from the car, and now you're asking why I did this to you. It's pretty clear that she's not actually interested in having a conversation about this. She just wants him to do whatever she wants him to do, and she's gonna cry if he doesn't. Once again, though, I mean, this is exactly the relationship that Luke signed up for. It's unbelievably predictable.
Finally, time to start playing.
No, I don't want to stay with you anymore. How are you gonna do this to me in front of everyone?
I want to live happily ever after with you.
Oh my god, dude. What the? I want to live happily ever after with you. You're out of your mind, dude. That is not going to happen. They were talking about having kids in a family at one point. Like, they can barely handle a basic conversation. How are they supposed to do that? This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
I want to get married. I want you to be my girl forever.
No! Oh no!
What?
Oh my god, that's a